Digital Romance TV.
Hey folks, how are you? It's Michael Fiore and Cassidy Lyon.
Hello.
And we're here with another video for you. This one is called How to Set and Express Boundaries with Your Partner. Cassidy, what's a boundary?
A boundary is something that a boundary is a line that necessarily you're not really wanting them to cross or you to cross.
Now the thing is, a boundary is not a rule.
No, it is not a rule. It's just, it's a set of boundaries around who you are as a person. Whether or not you may be comfortable with something, that's a boundary. There's no judgment. It's not a rule. It just is who you are.
But boundaries are usually things that you are not willing to do. You don't have any control over other people.
No.
This whole idea of rules and relationships and saying like you're not allowed to talk to the opposite sex, you're not allowed to do this. Even there's a rule that says you can't sleep with somebody else. Rules don't work.
No, rules
Boundaries
set
do.
you up for disaster.
Because then it's so easy to fail, and then as soon as you fail, you feel like I might as well fail some more. What you really want is to be in a relationship where you have boundaries, where you express to your partner, here's what I would prefer, and where you both like each other enough and want to be in a relationship enough that you don't have to have rules.
No, you have boundaries.
Because you trust your partner to not do things that are going to be devastating to you. And also when you have a boundary instead of a rule, it means when somebody fucks up, because they're gonna.
You can talk about it.
And so are you. You're gonna fuck up too. You can go to your partner and you can say, I fucked up. And they can go, that sucks. I thought we had a rule about that. No, we didn't have a rule. We had a boundary. I'm really sorry. Let's talk about it and see if we can survive this and work our way through it because we understand that we are both fucking human beings.
Exactly. Nobody is perfect, and especially in relationships, nobody is perfect. If you think you are perfect or the better one in a relationship, get that thought out of your mind right now.
Oh my God, it's so awful.
Yeah.
Yeah, and anyway, but another big thing to understand is that when somebody does break a boundary or a rule in a relationship, it's not about you. I swear it's not. I've dealt with so many people who have cheated in their relationships and they feel awful about it and whatever else. And when you really dig into it, why did they cheat? It's almost never about their partner.
It's always about what's going on inside them.
It's always about the story that's going on in their head, et cetera, et cetera. Expressing boundaries just means actually going to your partner and saying very plainly, here's my limit. Here's the thing that is important to me. But when you're expressing a boundary, you're giving your partner an option. You're basically telling your partner, here's as far as I'm willing to go. If that is not acceptable to you, you have the right to leave.
Yes.
It's okay. You're not controlling somebody or keeping them in a relationship. You're simply being honest and being ethical and saying, here's where I'm willing to go. It can be a boundary around sexuality. It can be a boundary saying, hey, I'm not willing to do anal sex. It can be a boundary around saying, I'm not willing to meet your ex-girlfriends or whatever it's going to be. But you can't tell somebody, you're not allowed to talk to your ex-girlfriend.
No.
What you can say is, I would really prefer that you don't. I have some insecurity around that. It makes me angry in some way, etc. Can we talk about it? Why do you want to go talk to your ex-girlfriend, etc.? But you don't have you're not a prison warden.
No, you can't put rules on people. And boundaries can be as big as I do not want to have children.
Very much so.
That can be a big boundary for someone. And if you're in a relationship with somebody that wants to cross that boundary and have children, then you need to refigure yourself out.
It's very much your right to say, I don't want to have children.
Yeah.
And it's their right to say, I really want to have children in my life.
Yeah.
And then you get to decide if you're willing to change your boundary and change what you were willing to do and accept having a creature in your life who you're going to have for at least 18 years and it's going to change every single thing about your life, take away all your money, and et cetera, et cetera. Kids are wonderful, but man, it's a big commitment. We got an article you should go read. It's called The #1 Reason Relationships Are Only Lasting 2 to 5 Years by Suzanne Muller-Heinz. I took a quick look at this article. It's actually quite interesting. It talks a lot about the idea of how our approach to relationships, which causes them to be quite a bit shorter. Also, I got this great quiz that we put together for you called the Does He Love You quiz. There's a button on your screen somewhere where you can go take it. It's for women, and it actually is 7 or 8 questions, I think it is, that you answer. And within about 2 minutes, you're going to find out if the guy in your life actually loves you or if he's just using you or waiting for somebody else. Very, very powerful tool. Hundreds of thousands of women have gone through it at this point, I think. At this point. Kind of nuts. And also we have a program called The Secret Survey. If you want to know exactly how your partner feels about you, you can go check out a video where you can learn about the Secret Survey where I asked 20,000 guys What's the one thing you desperately wish the woman in your life knew but are afraid to tell her? It's actually quite fascinating. So that's that. Keep watching. We got more videos for you. If you click the button, keep watching. Our next one is by Donna Barnes, and it's how to have healthy boundaries in relationships. And then please leave a comment down below. Talk to me about what your boundaries are in a relationship, or perhaps when you've been in a relationship with somebody who had ridiculous boundaries or rules that destroyed your relationship. Bye.
Bye.
If you want to understand men better than they understand themselves, go to digitalromance.tv/secret to watch a special presentation where I explain the weird psychology of men and what men need to truly commit to a woman.